All right, ladies and gentlemen. The North Ridgeville City Council Committee of the Whole meeting is now in session. Today is Monday, November 18th, 2024. If you could please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Clerk, please call the roll.
Swink.
Here.
Schaefer.
Here.
Abens.
Here.
Winkle.
Here.
Awig.
Here.
DeVries.
Excused.
Jacobs.
Here.
Mr. Mayor.
Here.
So this meeting was called to discuss 2024-133. Clerk, if you could read the ordinance, please.
An ordinance repealing NRCO Chapter 866, Temporary Businesses of the North Ridgeville Business Regulation Code, and prohibiting temporary businesses.
Thank you. The ordinance was introduced by Mayor Corcoran, so I'd like to begin by allowing him an opportunity to provide some additional details and information.
Thank you, Mr. President. Well, as you can see on the proposed ordinance, it says that we're looking to repeal this section in its entirety, but leave some exceptions. And those exceptions are listed in Section 2 of the ordinance. But in general, what it's designed to do is to protect our business community. So from time to time, we will get some people who are asking to put together a temporary business that just comes in and kind of in the middle of the night and puts up a business and does their thing, and then they leave, and we don't ever see them again until the next time they want to come back. I'm talking about businesses such as the guy who'll come and put up flags for sale and take over a corner or something like that. The random person who will come into town and set up a shop to sell T-shirts or something. Or in some of the weirder instances, the guy who brings a meat truck to sell meat out of the back of that truck at that auto parts store parking lot. You know, in general, those a lot of those businesses are outsiders. They're coming sometimes from out of state to sell their wares. And, you know, we have a business community that we put through the paces when they're looking to open up a building or a business, and we make sure that they're following our codes and our ordinances, and in some instances, health codes. You know, the health department checks on them. Fire department might be checking on them. Certainly building department as well. So, but these people that come in from out of town, they don't have to follow any of those kinds of things in a lot of instances. So it just seems unfair, not only, you know, from that business standpoint, but also, you know, from an appearance sake. You know, there are, I don't want to call anybody out in particular, but, you know, again, these people are not from the area in a lot of instances, and we just don't want to encourage them to set up shop here for a couple of minutes and then leave. If there's any problems with them, you know, we don't have any way of tracking them down at all, mainly because they're out of the jurisdiction. I mean, we take down their name and license information and things like that, but they're not here very long to hold them accountable for anything should anything go wrong. So that's the gist of the change and why we're looking to make it. That's pretty much it.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Are there any initial comments or questions about the ordinance from council? Does this, would this affect any door-to-door sales, such as, you know, Girl Scout cookies or, you know, that kind of a temporary type sale?
No, I think, I don't know if, I don't remember the exceptions that are listed in the ordinance. I don't have it in front of me, but I believe all those are carved out. Girl Scout cookie sales are are exempt. It's, what was the other one that you asked about?
I was I don't know if I named
You know,
another one
farm
specific.
the farm stand things, like those are all, are all carve outs. This is designed really to prohibit, those temporary businesses that come in for a couple of days, set up shop, and leave.
Right.
Even one that was a little strange. I don't know how well it did, but was it the French fry place that's set up in front of BP on Lorraine Road? I mean,
I don't recall.
in a lot of instances, yeah, that was permanently placed there. It wasn't a food truck. Like, food trucks are covered under a separate ordinance. That was like a permanent structure there for some period of time, because if you recall, the temporary business is allowed to exist for a 6-month period of time. So, tacky comes to mind in certain instances when I think of these types of businesses that set up in this manner.
Right.
So that's what we're just trying to get a hold of.
Through the chair.
Yes, Mrs. Swink?
So we have the gyro place that's up at the corner of Case and Center Ridge. And then there's, I believe, a hot dog stand that goes in behind the get-go. So those would eliminate that, or this ordinance would eliminate those.
The hot dog stand behind Get-Go.
Yeah, the barber shop, I believe, has a hot dog stand that goes
Oh.
in there in the parking lot.
Yeah, I know they went and looked at that once.
And then the gyro trailer that had opened up at the old car lot at the corner of 83 and Center Ridge.
Yeah, those are
It's a Case in Center Ridge, I think.
yeah,
Case in Center
those are
Ridge.
covered under a separate ordinance.
So those, they would have to,
Those are
Move out.
covered by a separate ordinance.
okay, gotcha. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I imagine this would not affect anybody who might want to set up a stand to maybe give away items, such as, I don't know, political signs or
Yeah,
things of that nature. If they're not exchanging funds.
If they're not exchanging money, then it's not a business.
Okay, so that wouldn't affect them. All right.
Correct.
No additional comments or questions?
To the chair, I have a question.
Yes, Mr. Schaefer.
Would this affect these people that are always setting up tents to sell cell phones?
It would.
Okay.
I haven't seen those.
You
Sure,
asked.
there are-
I'm sorry. You asked about solicitor permits. That's a different category. The door-to-door salespeople.
Ah.
They're covered under a separate ordinance.
Okay. Any additional comments, questions from council? Normally, I would open it up to the public for any comments, but there's nobody here with us this evening. So if there are no additional questions about the ordinance, I will entertain a motion to send 2024-133 back to council for further consideration.
I'll second that.
The motion was made by Jacobs, seconded by Swank, to send 2024-133 back to council for consideration. Clerk, please call the roll.
Swank,
Yes.
Schaefer,
Yes.
Abens,
Yes.
Winkle,
Yes.
Awig,
Yes.
Jacobs.
Yes.
Motion carries and it has been sent back to council.
Okay, with no further business before us this evening, the meeting is adjourned.